Welcome, Kathe Hudson. I am really pleased to have you here with Empowering Educators, Transforming Learning Environments through Uniting Body, Mind, and Spirit. And you bring a particular forte with uniting body, mind, and spirit. Tell us about you and what you're doing.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Jill, for inviting me to be a part of the Empowering Educators Summit. I am just so grateful for the opportunity. I am a former children's librarian, a yogi, and a children's book author, passionate about promoting literacy, as well as health and well-being. My sister and I have co-authored several children's books.
Several, and I am especially excited about the most recent one, which I got to read because you were so generously offering it. You're going to tell us more about that. But let me just right off the bat say I strongly recommend this book. It's called Peace and Quiet, and you're going to read it to us, right?
I am. Before too long, we stretch bodies and minds through timeless wisdom tales told with a yogic twist. Our stories, a yoga storytelling adventure, introduces kids to yoga through a unique interactive experience. The magic of story and the wisdom of yoga involve kids. Brings out their creativity, their natural curiosity about the world, and engages them in mindful movement. Our newest title is Peace and Quiet. In this yoga storytelling adventure, kids learn that they may not be able to control the world around them. However, they can control their inner world. Although intended for ages 4 to 8, kids of all ages will discover a simple way to stay calm, focused, and alert with 3 easy breathing exercises to use as a means of self-empowerment. We're so excited. The book is just launched.
Yay!
We would love for you to read it and review it. It's available free with Kindle Unlimited.
So that will be your special gift that you're sharing with our audience today. And the link to it will be along with the link to your website, a yoga storytelling adventure.com, right?
Yes.
And so we are excited to hear more. Please tell.
Our intention is to entertain children while educating and enlightening. Inspiring children to express themselves through story and yoga, they become involved physically as well as intellectually and emotionally. We hope the book benefits not only children, but the teachers, the parents, and the caregivers who share this experience with them.
I do want to acknowledge that you said, even though it's kind of targeted towards younger children, 4 to 8, it totally related to the child within me. The pictures are beautiful. It speaks to that wisdom of the child within. And I loved it for myself.
Good. Good. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for.
Do share about that book.
So, transformation and how it works in our lives. I think it starts with story and yoga. Every day we tell a story. The thoughts that we think, the words that we say, the actions that we take, they all tell a story. That's how we create our lives, through the stories that we tell.
So true.
the practice of yoga brings us to a place of awareness of those thoughts, those words, those actions. And we become mindful, and we can change our story and change our life.
Profound. Please do share with us. Let's imagine for a moment that we are the children that you're reading to, or allowing our inner child to be read to.
I
Share.
would love it. Are you ready for a yoga storytelling adventure? Today's story is Peace and Quiet, written by Kathe Hudson and Melanie Moyer, illustrated by Damla Kamertpay Ozturk. And in this yoga storytelling venture, we're going to go on a whimsical journey to Eastern Europe, where a mild-mannered girl thinks she lives in a noisy and chaotic house until her wise neighbor turns her world upside down and she sees things in a different way. Now, to go on this adventure, we're going to need to use our imaginations. And you know, our thoughts, they're scattered here and there, and we want to bring them all together. Well, we have a little friend who's going to help us. This is Emma Jean. And we're going to sit tall and gathered up all those thoughts. Take a big, deep breath in, round your arms overhead, gathering up all those scattered thoughts, and bring your hands right down in front of your belly. Good. And we'll place those hands right on our knees, and we are ready for a story. So much fun.
I love your delivery.
So much fun.
Mm.
Once upon a time, in a land far away, lived a sweet and sensitive girl. Her family and friends called her Sweet Pea. She lived in a tiny house with her large family. Her father, mother, grandmother, 2 brothers, 2 little sisters, and a baby were all packed together in the teeny tiny house. Every day after school, she came home to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious. Her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. She couldn't find any peace and quiet. Perhaps Sophia can help, she thought to herself. Sophia was the wise woman who lived next door. Sophia understood all manner of things. With a spring in her step, Sweet Pea skipped over. The wise woman was sitting cross-legged under a tall pine tree, her hair tied up in a scarf. With eyes closed, she breathed gently in and out. "Excuse me," Sweet Pea said. "I hear you are a wise woman, and I could really use your advice. My house is noisy and chaotic, and I can't find any peace and quiet. Would you by any chance know what I should do?" Sophia spoke softly. "Come and sit beside me, dear. Let's spend a few moments together and take some slow, deep belly breaths while I think about this problem." They closed their eyes and breathed in and out. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. The wise woman spoke. "Perhaps a pet bird would help." Sweet Pea could not imagine how a pet bird would help, but she agreed to give it a try. The next day, Sweet Pea danced and twirled all the way home from school. She wondered, what would she find? She opened the door to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. All as before, only now a bird tweeted and tweeted. This isn't peaceful or quiet, she said. Quick as a flash, she went back to the wise woman's house. Sophia was under the tree, surrounded by honeybees. The busy bees buzzed from flower to flower. Excuse me, but I need your advice once again. I did as you suggested and brought a bird home, yet my house is still noisy and chaotic. And now we have a boisterous bird. I can't find any peace and quiet. Please tell me what I should do. Come and sit beside me, dear. Let's try humming like these buzzing bees while I think about this problem. They closed their eyes, took a deep breath in and out, and breathed out humming like the bees. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. Perhaps a pet cat would help, the wise woman replied. Sweet Pea could not imagine how a cat would help, but agreed to give it a try. On her way home from school the next day, Sweet Pea had butterflies in her tummy. She wondered, what would she find? She opened the door to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. The bird tweeted and tweeted, all as before. Only now, a cat meowed and meowed. This isn't peaceful or quiet, she said, and bounded over to the wise woman's house. Sophia was under the tree. Sweet Pea sprang into the yard, startling a snow white bunny sitting next to Sophia. Excuse me, but I need your advice again. I did as you suggested. I brought a cat home, yet my house is still noisy and chaotic, and now we have a boisterous bird and a rackety cat. I can't find any peace and quiet. Please tell me what I should do. Come and sit beside me, dear. Let's clear our minds so we can be sharp as a bunny. They closed their eyes and took 3 little sniffs in and a long, slow breath out. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. Perhaps a pet dog will help, replied the wise woman. Sweet Pea could not imagine how a dog would help, but decided to give it a try. Sweet Pea was jumping for joy. She wondered, what would she find? She opened the door to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. The bird tweeted and tweeted, the cat meowed and meowed, all as before. Only now, a dog barked and barked. "Oh no, this isn't peaceful or quiet," she said, and raced back to the wise woman's house. "Excuse me, I am sorry to have to bother you again. I have done everything you have suggested, but my house is still noisy and chaotic. And now we have a bird, a cat, and a dog. I can't find any peace and quiet. Please, please tell me what I should do." Sophia spoke softly. "Come sit beside me, dear, and let's think about this problem." The wise woman took a slow, deep breath in and out. The girl took a slow, deep breath in and out. They thought and they thought and they thought. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. A few minutes later, Sweet Pea was grinning. Her grin grew so wide, it spread from ear to ear. Speaking softly, she said, "I know what to do. From now on, when I need a little peace and quiet, I will go outside, sit under a tree, and just breathe." The end. We hope you enjoyed the story, and we will move into our 3 easy breathing practices. Before we do that, let's talk just a minute about the breath. Our breathing pattern changes at different times of the day, depending on several different factors, including our emotional state. We sigh in despair, pant with exhaustion or excitement, and hold our breath in fear. Our breath is automatic. We don't usually think about it. However, it is a vital link between our minds and bodies. We can learn to change our breathing and improve our health. We're going to start with belly breath, the very first breathing practice that they practice together. Belly breath calms, relaxes, and relieves anxiety. So let's do these together. Let's bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Soften your gaze or maybe close your eyes. As you inhale through the nose, feel the belly expand. As you exhale through the nose, feel the belly contract. Let's do that 2 more times, nice and slow. Inhale for a count of 3. Exhale for a count of 3. Once more. With eyes closed, bring your hands to your knees. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. And gently blink the eyes open. The next breath that they practice together is bee breath, the humming breath. Bee breath helps us focus and concentrate. So same thing, we'll sit tall, soften our gaze or close our eyes. We're going to make the sound of the letter M as we exhale with lips closed. A long, slow, deep breath in. And let's hum it out. Let's take our hands and cover our ears. And we'll try that again. Notice what happens here. Deep breath in. Exhale and hum. One more. In. And hum. Release your hands to your knees with eyes closed. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. And blink the eyes open. Very good. And our last one, bunny breath. Bunny breath increases alertness, clears the mind, helps us be as sharp as a bunny. It is 3 little small sniffs in, one right after the other, and a long, slow exhale. Sit tall, soften your eyes, and tuck a tiny tuck to your chin. 3 sniffs in, long, slow breath out. Three sniffs in, long, slow breath out. Last one. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. And blink the eyes open. Are we ready for some yoga fun?
Yes. Oh my
Very
goodness. And
good.
I love, Katie, that you have those instructions in the book as well, that
Yes.
it makes it so adult friendly, you know, to share
Exactly.
the experience.
Exactly. And all of the practices can be increased by 5 breaths and 7 breaths after they become comfortable. But I wouldn't go over 7 breaths with children. So it's just a matter of progressing as they age.
And I also really witnessed how you gave it time. I could feel the integration of my body, my mind, body, spirit, as we just gave it that time.
Right. Exactly.
Now, as you are leading us through the yoga, can you just tell us how this is going to work? The listeners are invited to make space and practice themselves, right?
Absolutely. I would love for them to do that. Now, normally the poses follow the storyline because that's what we're doing. We're uniting the mind, the body. We're working with images and movement. We're creating new neural transmitters in the brain with yoga and story. But because we're on Zoom, we are going to do all of the standing poses first and then the floor poses. So excuse that, but in the book, they're all here for you, diagrams with the instructions on how to do the pose, and they follow the storyline.
Excellent. Including
I'm
the
going to make
cat.
a small adjustment to my camera, hoping that I don't cut off my own head, and we'll proceed from here. So we will start with mountain pose, which is our foundational pose in yoga. And that's our main character in our story. Sweet Pea is our main character. So we're going to come standing, feet are parallel, about hip distance apart. We want to stack everything. So our knees are over our ankles, hips over our knees, shoulders over our hips. Our head is lifted high to the sky. Our arms are alongside the body, and we are stable, steady, and secure, just like a mountain. And normally you would stay there for a few breaths. Now, one of the things, the pets that she brings home is a bird. So we will practice eagle pose. From mountain pose, we're going to make a soft bend in our knees. We're going to take the right leg, cross it over the left, bring the arms out, bend the elbows, fingers pointing up. The right leg is on top, so this time the right arm is going to go under and lift it up. And we are eagles. We are a bird. And we can let it fly. And we'll do that on the opposite side. Everything gets done proportionally. Soft bend, cross it over, arms up and up. Eagles.
Mm.
The next thing is bee pose. They practice bee breath. This is a fun one. So we step out a little bit and turn our toes out at an angle and bring our arms out. So this is 5-pointed star. We're going to make some little adaptations. It's what yoga is all about. Bringing our fingers to our shoulders, lifting our elbows high. We're going to become buzzing bees, twisting to the right and left, and come back to center. We're going to circle our elbows, and then we're going to lift them up and down, and up and down, up and down, and release the hands and shake off all that pollen. Bounce up and down, which is really good for the lymphatic system, all that little bouncing. Tree pose. We always sit under our trees, standing tall in mountain. Up on the toes of the right foot and turn the knee out to the side. You can keep the foot right there with the toes on the ground, or maybe even bring them up to the inner calf. Bring the hands to the heart. Grow your branches. Maybe we've got some big apples out there. Bring the knee back to center and the foot down. And the opposite side, up on the toes. Knee out to the side. Foot to the calf. Hands to the heart. Nice big tall tree. Now we will transition to our floor poses. I will probably need to adjust the camera here just a little bit so you can get me all in there. Okay, now we are on the floor for our floor poses. So Sweet Pea finds Sophia sitting under the tree, and she's in easy pose, or what we like to call sitting mountain, the same stable position, a cross-legged position where the sit bones are evenly balanced and the head is lifted high to the sky. The hands rest on the knees. It's easy, perfect posture for breathing practices. We will move into tiger pose because she brings home a pet cat. All fours. The hands are under the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. And we inhale as we bring the knee to the nose and straighten the leg out behind you. Now you can do that movement a few times and then hold the pose and breathe a couple of breaths. Let's do that on the opposite side. Knee to nose and out like a cat. And hold it. Now we're moving a little quickly through all of our poses, but we want to breathe, move slowly, take our time. All right, she brings home a dog. Downward facing dog. All fours. Curl the toes. Lift the hips, head, neck, and spine are in a line. And breathe. And release the knees to the ground. Bunny pose. They come together and their last breathing exercise is bunny. So on the knees, move my glasses. The hands come alongside the ankles, sitting tall, big breath in. And begin to lift the hips. We're going to be bringing the crown of the head to the ground in front of us. A nice stretch to the back of the neck. Release the hands to the mat. And slowly come back to sitting tall. All that fresh blood circulates in the brain, helping us with focus and concentration. Our last pose, which we always finish our yoga with, is relaxation. We all know this pose. We come down to our back. Stretch the legs out, separate the feet, arms are alongside the body, hands, palms are face up. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and we relax. Always try to stay in relaxation for a few minutes. It resets the nervous system. It has so many benefits. Roll over slowly and come back up. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and yoga with you. And I would like to close with our Namaste song. Please join me in our Namaste song. It goes like this. I am you, you are me. I am a part of all I see. I am the light, and the light is me. I shine bright for all to see. The light in me sees the light in you. Bow to me and I bow to you.
Oh, I love
Namaste.
that. Namaste. Let's sing it one more time together just so we can really
Absolutely.
anchor that song. That's a beautiful one.
Absolutely.
It's so easy.
Good, good. Ready?
Yes.
I am you, you are me.
me.
I am a part of all I see. I am the light, and the light is me. I shine bright for all to see. The light in me sees the light in you. Bow to me and I bow
to
you.
Oh,
Namaste.
what a blessing you're giving us here today. I want to acknowledge the pieces of things that I saw about incorporating the breath, taking your time, balancing on both sides, doing whatever you do to have that balance and the equilibrium, making those cross connections within the brain, taking time to focus internally and closing your eyes, allowing that inward focus. Just so much value in making really transformative practices so accessible
Yes.
to any educators or administrators or teachers
Yes,
just to take it into their own bodies, to value
exactly.
it, take time.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, and
Thank you so much.
thank you. I'm going to invite you to come in one more time to finish with us up close. Kathe, thank you for your time with us today. I feel like you've given us beautiful gifts, and those are the intangible as well as the tangible. The gift of an actual book that is free to us is a generous one indeed. Tell us again how to access that.
Through Kindle Unlimited, you can get the book for free. I also have free days that I run throughout. So you can go to the website and subscribe, and you get notifications of when we're doing free days, or sometimes we do giveaways, sneak peeks on the next upcoming books. There's all kinds of things there. There's resources to use in your classrooms to help you integrate a little bit more about story and yoga and how to get it with the curriculum. So there's all kinds of things. Visit us at yogastorytellingadventure.com.
And the book is called Peace and Quiet by Kathe Hudson, available on Kindle. And the links to all of this information will be included in our summit. So we close with a beautiful and heartfelt namaste to you. Thank you.
Thank you.